The whole problem with the world is that fools and fanatics are always so certain of themselves, and wiser people so full of doubts. The good life is one inspired by love and guided by knowledge. The fundamental cause of the trouble is that in the modern world the stupid are cocksure while the intelligent are full of doubt. War does not determine who is right, only who is left. The time you enjoy wasting is not wasted time. Science is what you know, philosophy is what you don't know. We are faced with the paradoxical fact that education has become one of the chief obstacles to intelligence and freedom of thought. To fear love is to fear life, and those who fear life are already 3 parts dead. Men are born ignorant, not stupid. They are made stupid by education. 3 passions, simple but overwhelmingly strong, have governed my life: the longing for love, the search for knowledge, and unbearable pity for the suffering of mankind. I would never die for my beliefs because I might be wrong. Life is nothing but a competition to be the criminal rather than the victim. The world is full of magical things patiently waiting for our wits to grow sharper. The only thing that will redeem mankind is cooperation. One of the symptoms of an approaching nervous breakdown is the belief that one's work is terribly important. To be without some of the things you want is an indispensable part of happiness. The pleasure of work is open to anyone who can develop some specialized skill, provided that he can get satisfaction from the exercise of his skill without demanding universal applause. The secret to happiness is to face the fact that the world is horrible. To conquer fear is the beginning of wisdom. Much that passes as idealism is disguised hatred or disguised love of power. Patriotism is the willingness to kill and be killed for trivial reasons. Mathematics may be defined as the subject in which we never know what we are talking about, nor whether what we are saying is true. Advocates of capitalism are very apt to appeal to the sacred principles of liberty, which are embodied in one maxim: the fortunate must not be restrained in the exercise of tyranny over the unfortunate. Most people would sooner die than think, in fact, they do so. There is much pleasure to be gained from useless knowledge. Patriots always talk of dying for their country and never of killing for their country. A happy life must be to a great extent a quiet life, for it is only in an atmosphere of quiet that true joy dare live. The fact that an opinion has been widely held is no evidence whatever that it is not utterly absurd. Fear is the main source of superstition, and one of the main sources of cruelty. To conquer fear is the beginning of wisdom. The secret of happiness is this: let your interests be as wide as possible, and let your reactions to the things and persons that interest you be as far as possible friendly rather than hostile. In all affairs it's a healthy thing now and then to hang a question mark on the things you have long taken for granted. To teach how to live without certainty and yet without being paralyzed by hesitation is perhaps the chief thing that philosophy, in our age, can do for those who study it. Love is something far more than desire for sexual intercourse. It is the principal means of escape from the loneliness which afflicts most men and women throughout the greater part of their lives. I believe in using words, not fists. I believe in my outrage knowing people are living in boxes on the street. I believe in honesty. I believe in a good time. I believe in good food. Of all forms of caution, caution in love is perhaps the most fatal to true happiness. A life without adventure is likely to be unsatisfying, but a life in which adventure is allowed to take whatever form it will is sure to be short. Those who have never known the deep intimacy and the intense companionship of mutual love have missed the best thing that life has to give. The megalomaniac differs from the narcissist by the fact that he wishes to be powerful rather than charming, and seeks to be feared rather than loved. To this type belong many lunatics and most of the great men of history.